Today we are going to have a seminar on Middle East education and job fair 2020. And I want to thank a few people to make this even possible. And these are my sweet panelists, the technical team, Berkeleyme Middle East Holding in Middle East, Berkeleyme Global in UK, Berkeley, California in US, and training and consultancy divisions. They really work hard to bring all this content and the people on board so they can explain all this beautiful information to the candidates. So we have discussed a lot of professional qualifications so far, CPA, CAIA, Charter Alternative Investment, these are all American. And then we discussed CIMA, which is a British qualification. Now, some people say that if you didn't went to university, you didn't spend the life. So this is somewhat true also. I mean, university has its own player, campus, I remember when I was in university and we were into a case study methodology, and so there we were selectively 48 people, half was even more girls, less boys. So we used to interact, we make groups, we do reasoning, case reasonings, we give presentations also, which actually you missed in the professional qualifications, because professional qualification is you need your book, you need to study, and you have to test yourself, and there is a pass and there is a fail. But in university life, we have a lot of interpersonal communication skills. We develop relationships. We develop confidence. We develop some behavioral professionalism, which I feel is really nice. If you see the university grads, they really looks more calm, patient, and more professionals. And if they blend themselves with professional qualifications, so they become really a thorough and complete professionals. So I want to introduce you with our next panelists who are really very high profile. So Dr. Tamer is from Australia, and he is based in Dubai now. And Stephen is from Switzerland, and he's a Swiss national, and he's based in Dubai as well. So these kind of experienced, high-profile professors who are professionally very qualified and academically very strong. So I want to ask them that what does it means when you go to a university, you do master degrees, and how it helps them, the candidates, to develop their knowledge and personality. So I will give the mic first to the Stephen so he can share his thoughts with the audience. Stephen, please.
Oh, thank you, Musa. It's funny because just last week I've been discussing exactly that topic you just mentioned about how important it is that the students exchange one with the other, because actually the big challenge is not the discussion with the professor. The big challenge is the students when they are after the lecturing, sitting somewhere and challenging one another, and that's when you develop your own intellect. When you have to defend your own knowledge, and when you are probably even attacked by peers because of something you said or something you didn't say. And that is then actually what brings you further, and that is as well what makes you fit for the professional life afterwards. Because as everybody knows, doing a master is a degree. You need that because otherwise you don't get a job. Because that's quite often in the job in the recruitment papers that you have to have a degree. But once you are on the job, it's all about discussions. It's all about convincing people, influencing skills. Not only what do I know, but as well how do I let the other know what I know, and how do I influence the other to accept that my knowledge is at least as high as his. So that's very important. And we had this discussion actually just because we are now all online. And that's what we all are missing. That's exactly what you are missing. Not only me, because I don't have the contact with the students anymore, it's as well the students themselves who have, as well, to do all the group work online. So yeah, that's very important, I think. The other thing I wanted to say is something, just a short, Tommy, just come back to you. It's like the step from the university, from the theory to the market is quite a big one. And I often, as an HR animal, I often realize that people are coming directly for the university. They quite often overestimate themselves what they are able to do, because they will find a market which doesn't behave as they expect it to behave, and it's quite a difficult phase after a successful degree, and you have been celebrating everything. You have one of the height of your life. You have euphorism or something, and then you start and you find out, actually, I'm a junior. That's something I think is quite important as well. Do have fun, do the degrees, but be aware, once life in profession starts, a new chapter opens.
Wow, that's so insightful. I think it's full of experience. You put all your experience in your advice. When I see you a life coach. I see you a mentor. I see you a HR guru. I see you a life changer. I see you a life mobilizer, because HR department is something, HR skills, that's knowing a human being and handling them in the organization is really amazing. So can you enlighten our audience today that what certifications they should go through in terms of HR when they are planning to come in Gulf area, because you are well away from the Gulf, Europe, Africa, you have a huge history of academia and your professional expertise?
Well, there are actually two sides to look at it. I mean, the one thing is the typical academic point of view, as well, of course, as you know, Musa, together with you at Berkeley. These are quite often very, very theoretical and very, very academic exercises. And therefore, I have, during this whole lockdown, I have thought we should create something different. We should do something for the people who want to learn something, how it works in the markets. Education, which is not just, aiming to have a nice degree and a nice diploma, but to make you fit for a job and to start this job from day one. And what I have created is actually now, especially for Berkeley, exclusively for Berkeley, a 3-step human resources management, education, and training concept. That means we start with the first course that's actually for people who are new in HR, who have the plans to embark a career in HR. That's a so-called human resources professional course. That's where we actually very much go into basics, like the classical roles in HR, classical tools in HR, job descriptions, scorecards, HR scorecards, and then as well having a look on the very important processes like recruitment, training, and development. And after that, you are actually already kind of a specialist. You can then embark at every company here in the Middle East or even around the world, mainly in Middle East and Africa, in every HR department, in every company. And then once you have done this, you can even do the next level. That's the HR manager course we offer, which is then a lot more, going direction of policies, forms, procedures, HR planning, which is a very important thing as well, which is a typical HR management thing, middle management thing. And then the compensation and benefits issue. I mean, you have to be aware that this is still one of the most important factors to hire someone to be attractive in the market. Is a good compensation and benefit concept. And then performance management and of course management development. How do we bring our people on higher levels internally? That's like a level where you then can say that makes you fit for a middle management role or already very important role, because you are in a key position as a middle management HR manager. And then for those people who have done that already for a few years, we have then actually the sugar piece on the cake, the cherry on the cake. That's then the step to the director human resources. This one I have actually designed for people who are fit to take a board role, a management board role. It is very, very strategic. We're going very much into organizational design. We're going into organizational culture, not only about the culture, but how do we change a culture, which I can tell you is a huge thing to change a culture. It is easy to destroy one, but to change one into a good culture is very difficult. And then a lot of change management. I mean, the only constant today is the change. And the most big companies are just before or after a merger or an acquisition situation. So it's always about change management. And there I have designed something especially for people who then would be fit to discuss that on board level with all the other senior managers. I think that's quite an interesting program we are offering here. You can find everything on the website of Berkeley. There are even in detail, there are all the chapters we offer there.
Your advice for those people who are coming from across the globe to the Gulf, what kind of CVs, because I'm taking this opportunity from you, you are an HR guru, so we know that there is a specific way of preparing CV and there are career planning and there are other things. So what is your general advice to them? Of course, they can contact us for the specific case-to-case advice later.
Well, what is quite often underestimated is how important the CV is, because the CV that's the first thing they see, and CVs sometimes they are looked at for 2 seconds and they are away, and other CVs they stay in the hands of the one who is reading them because they're good, and that is very important. Your CV has to be attractive enough that it's not thrown away within a few seconds. That means, firstly, very important, is the CV is a dynamic paper. It's always depending on for what position you apply, because a CV has to be tailor-made exactly for that position you're applying for. Which doesn't mean that you have to lie. You don't have to put things in that are not true. That's not the right way. That's a short. Lies have short legs. That's not going far. What you can do is you can underline what and put in front those things which you think are important, what you are able to do, what are important for this position, so that the one who sees it immediately says, "Oh, he's fit here. He's fit here. That matches that. Oh, he's interesting. He comes to the pile where the good ones are." That's the first step, And then, of course, a lot of the things are visual, are aesthetics. But here we have, in the meantime, online, we have 1 million providers of who help you to even for free to help to create your CV. That these are things you can just fill in the text, and then it looks great. So that's very important. And then preparing the interview. That's the next step. You have to know to whom you talk. Make clear that you are aware to whom you're going to talk, and prepare himself. That's not new. That was always the case. Have a look what the company is doing. Have a look what they did. Have a look if you find whether or not you find some strategic plans they have. Do your research. Collect your intelligence about the company. The more you know about the company, the better you understand the questions they're asking. And the better you are prepared to answer those questions. And the impression is, after all, is of course a lot better if they know you know.
Wow, that's great. I think you have summarized such a long concept in a very precise sentences, and the listener got a lot of value out of it. And Stephen, I know that you are very busy nowadays and you are having your lectures, so I don't want to hold you for more. I want you to give your closing remarks so we can get a value out of it.
Yes, I think, first of all, look, I have to tell here to everybody, if you have in mind to embark human resources role, do it. It's fun. It's the best role you can have. You have to consider it's whatever you are, whatever you're doing. It's all about people. And when you are in an HR role, you're acting. You are in contact with people all day long, and you are not just looking for products or figures or something like that. It's all about people. And therefore, I really suggest, if you have this idea to embark a role as an HR professional, have a look what we can offer there, and I will be happy to help you.
Oh, that's great. I think this is the lovely message to the audience. You are such a gem, and you are so precious for me and for Berkeley. And I hope that this association will be long and long. So I want to thank you very much for being on the panel and looking forward to you for exclusive talks in the future.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best. See you later.
So now we will move towards Dr. Tamert. He is having a lovely accent. I have a lot of Aussie friends, and he's one of them. And whenever he talks, his talk is full of information. So he is a certified CEO. He served Australia. He served Gulf. And he was born in Melbourne, and he is a great value to the Gulf region. And Doctor, now the mic is over to you. How are you doing today, and how's the weather in Dubai?
Well, look, as I said, it's been a great journey being in Dubai. Dubai weather's been fantastic, and I just obviously moved here in 2018. Coming from Melbourne, a lot of people ask me the question, why have you moved from Melbourne to Dubai? And there's a number of reasons. It's basically, Dubai itself is a business hub of the world itself. And there's a lot of opportunities for business. So this is one of the major reasons. Two is actually the social life of Dubai and the Gulf in general. The social life here is, there's no comparison between that and Melbourne. I can say that. Living in Melbourne for 43 years, I can assure you that the social life in Dubai or the Gulf region is fantastic. In addition to that, meeting lovely people like yourself, Dr. Musa, and many people from around the world, it's a great asset, and it's been a great pleasure.
You are absolutely fine. And, while I'm in London nowadays, so I always miss my chicken kadais in a larger quantity, my JBR where I used to go, and the gym. And soon I have to finish my projects and come back to Dubai. The beautiful friends that we make in the Gulf region, which are all across the globe, they are high profile and well educated. It is a great living experience. So, Doctor, today I want you to focus on, for my audience, the academic part of the education, because I feel when we talk every time professional education, so we miss a very sweet part of studying in a university where we find friends. We learn how to talk. I remember when I went from my boys' college first time to a university where I saw the female students first time in my life. I actually don't know how to talk with them, but because we were not groomed for it, we were boys. It was a boys' school. So we never see except my mom and my sister. So I was lucky I have sisters, so I know that how to talk actually. But some of our friends, they don't have much sisters, so they really feel shy, and they don't know the script, what to talk. Sometimes they want to talk, but so we felt that living in universities, we really got to know human psychology, human relationship. And because university was more into interactive education, so we used to have discussions, we have assignments, and we have presentations. So when we present, so after 1 year, 1.5 year, I saw even those who used to hide behind the desk when there is a presentation, they come out from the desk and they say, yes, tell me, like. And I think the max confidence I myself acquire was only from my department, and where I interact with a lot of people. So this interaction is really important. Academic, even the study style, when you don't have one book, you have couple of books to search, you have library, you have Google, you have paid e-libraries that we used to use, which open our brain, and it acquire a lot of knowledge through that. So because you are an academic and professionally both are successful person, so I want you to please enlighten with your academic programs.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, I'm going to share my slides with yourself and the audience. So just to explain this in details. So bear with me. I'm actually uploading that now. I'm going to just share that. So you should be able to see that at the moment. Yep. So you can probably see that. Now, there's a couple of things here that I really quite excited in relation to the Berkeleyme School of Management. Couple of things I would like to start with. That part of Berkeleyme, School of Management, we actually offer a number of masters, but the best thing is that we actually focus on a couple of things. We focus on a certified CFO and a certified CEO programs. Now, if you actually a manager, or you want to become a CEO, or you're a vice president and you want to become a CEO, or you actually want to enhance your skills. Now, part of Berkeley management is that we actually here is we provide learning modules that are practical, okay, for you to enhance your skills to be in that position. So there's a couple of things that I would like to mention here, which is crucial, is that Berkeleyme School of Management offers education that enhances your practical skills, where you can actually be better in your job and hopefully to excel, get a pay rise. But in addition to that, you actually get a recognized qualification, okay? And I'm going to focus on recognized qualification, but with the CFO and CEO, what you actually asked me, Dr. Musa, is that, with this qualification being a high senior management, the main thing is actually networking and having practical, knowledge that you can take and implement at work. This is a crucial, and this is where these two qualifications, being the certified CFO or the certified CEO, you need these practical, knowledge and skills and strategies that you can take and implement at work. Then either your superiors or the board of directors can see there's a huge improvement where you can actually then, excel and obviously get paid higher. Then I want to also focus, besides your practical and your knowledge that you're gaining through these courses, you actually get two qualification by doing either being a certified CFO or CEO. So you get basically a certificate, okay, from Berkeleyme School of Management. In addition to that, you actually get a certificate of diploma, okay, in accounting and finance when you do the CFO, which is basically a credit of 120 hours. So what you're doing practically, Dr. Musa and the audience, is that you're hitting two birds with one stone. You're doing a certificate of CFO, and you're getting two qualification, not just one, two. In addition to that, the bonus is that you're actually getting 120 hours credit, which you can actually use then to do your master's if you want to continue qualification. You don't have to, but I know many of my colleagues who have a bachelor's, who are a CFO or a CEO, and they really want to do, a higher qualification. as an example, masters. Now, this is basically the opportunity that you can actually have here with Berkeleyme School of Management. What you do is you basically complete your certified CFO, which you get 2 certificates, and that diploma gives you 120 hours of credit. Then you can actually do then your masters, okay, which is either from the University of Northampton or University of Chichester, which is 2 well-known British universities. And by you doing a thesis dissertation, and which is worth 60 hours, which is equivalent approximately around about 12 months approximately, you'll be able to complete your masters. Okay, so this is the advantage in such a short period. You can get a master. So the certified CFO takes approximately between 6 to 12 months, depending on how quick you can finish the modules. And some of the modules you can see on my screen here, and I'm going to just increase the size for you. As you can see, is that basically you got a business environment concepts, financial strategy, global finance, you got strategic financial management pillar, you got advanced auditing pillar, you got global corporate governance and risk management pillar, you got corporate financial reporting pillar, and you got financial techniques and analysis, and you got taxation pillar. So these are very financial module that focuses for you to be really a certified CFO. Okay. Once that's been done, then you go into your masters if you want to, and then obviously a duration of approximately 1 year. Now, this to me is a really an advantage because I come from a very heavy academic, and I completed my qualification. It takes such a long time, and there's a lot of requirements. However, with the help of Berkeleyme School of Management, they made things a lot easier and simpler. And it gives you this flexibility, obviously, to study online. So everything is actually online, 100% online, okay? And you have the support, and basically you get a recognition from a diploma, which is basically, it's an off-call regulated. So this is really a proper diploma. And then if you want to continue with your masters, you get it from two recognized universities that are well recognized worldwide. These are British universities itself. In addition to that, if you have a look to my screen, if you want to become a certified CEO rather than a CFO, then we have that program. And you can see some of the modules, basically is business environmental concepts. We focus on also financial strategy. We also focus a lot more on strategy and global governance and risk management. That's what you really, as a CEO, require. Financial reporting, financial techniques, and taxation pillar again. Then from that, you also get a certificate from Berkeleyme School of Management. In addition, you get your diploma again, either from Otham or Qualifier, which are off-call regulated. Again, you have the luxury and opportunity for everybody who has completed the certified CEO. You get that credit of 120 hours, and you can then go to complete your masters. Okay, and you can do your MBAs, and for additional 60 hours, which again by completing a thesis, which takes approximately 1 year. So in a very short time, you've completed basically, you've got 3 certificates. You've got a certified CEO, you've got a diploma in strategic management and leadership, and in addition, you also got a master and MBA. I mean, this is really a luxury in such a short period. Plus, the support that you have from Berkeleyme. In addition to that, we have many other courses, such as Certified Logistic and Supply Chain Professional. Again, the same process. You've got certain modules that focus on that qualification, and you get, again, the certificate from Berkeleyme, and in addition, you get your diploma as well. So you got, again, all these certified certificates. You always get these 2 bonuses, a certificate from Berkeleyme School of Management, and you get your diploma as well. And then if you do, again, want to extend and do your masters, again, you have that luxury again. And again, we offer this through University of Chichester. You got a certified human resources. If you want to become a certified human resources, again, these focuses just on human resources. Again, you get the 2 certificates with the diploma. And again, you have the luxury to do your masters okay, in human resources. You got a certified project management professional, and this is again very well required in our project management jobs, and such as construction or real estate. This is also very well recognized here in the Gulf, and all these cores are well recognized. And mind you, and I just wanted to expand, and I want to just stop here for a minute, is that I would like to share a very important point, and this is from my practical experience that I've been here in the Gulf. In the last 2 years, I've been here full time, but I've been coming in the Gulf and been doing a lot of business in the Gulf since basically 2008. I would like to say something, that the Gulf region take these qualifications very seriously, and as our expert in HR, Mr. Stephan, said, that the stronger your CV is, the better you're in a better position you will be. So as an example, if I have 2 CVs and I have 2 people who are applying for a CFO position or a financial position in high management, and I've got someone who's completed the certified CFO course and who's actually currently doing the master's, and he's got certain other accounting qualification, then I would probably gain more on that in comparison to the person who does not. So having these high qualification, okay, does make a difference in your CV. It will enhance your CV, and it puts you in a higher position. Okay, so I just wanted to expand on that. I wanted to underline this fact. Now, I would like also to just continue on with other qualification that we have. We have a certified business law. So if you want to go into the law, okay, you can actually, and you really, you love it, you have a passion in law, then we have also law. So you can see that the Berkeleyme School of Management, has not left anybody out of the pocket. It catered, majority of the audience. So if you want logistics, you want business, you want finance, you want law, we have it all here, which is, again, a great asset. We also have certified public administration professionals. We have certified business administration professionals again. So these are all things that you can actually do and continue on and have that luxury of doing your masters. If you don't want to do your masters and you think, hold on, I don't want to study for another year and do a thesis, then that's your choice. But what I wanted to underline here is that at least you have that option. You have that option. You may not want to do it straight away. You may want to do it maybe a year down a track or 2 years down a track. Okay, you have that luxury. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have an asset by just completing a short course, such as a certified CFO or certified CEO or certified in logistics. You really have 2 qualifications, 2 certificates already in your pocket. If you want to continue and do your masters, then that is also your option. Now, I'm also really proud, and I'm very, really excited about this program, that Berkeleyme School of Management does not just offer certified courses and diplomas and masters. No, it actually goes beyond that and offers doctorates. So we actually offer the service, Doctor of Philosophy, International PhD, and then you got your DBA, which is what I have. So this is basically really a luxury here, and the Berkeleyme School of Management has actually partnered with the Montfort University for you to offer the doctorate program if you do want to. Okay, if you want to that. Now you can see there's certain requirements, and I would highly recommend you, if you are interested in any of the certified courses or any of these masters or any of these doctorate programs, I would highly recommend you to send us an email to the email that we actually got at the moment, which is basically academics@berkeleyme.org. And I would also highly recommend you to have a closer look onto our website, which is berkeleyme.org. And again, these are great opportunities for you to take on board. Thank you, Dr. Musa.
That's amazing. I think it was really insightful. And the most interesting is the PhD and Doctor in Business Administration. because we are from a business line. So I meet almost every day a person who really have a desire to do a PhD or doctor in business administration. And I think this PhD that you have, which is called IPhD, International PhD, it's an online one from De Montfort University, and it is very economical and very logical. And living wherever you are living, you don't need to move, you don't need to be hassled, and you can get all a PhD in 3 year minimum, subject to certain meeting conditions. So that is the best ever I heard, because previously we used to go to university and we have to travel, we have to sacrifice a couple of things, but this option available in Gulf region is the perfect one. So doctor, you are here, so I want to gain some experience from your and a value out of your experiences. My question is that when you enter in Gulf, so what was your thinking about qualifications and living in Gulf? How it changed? Why I asked this question, I will tell you a reason. Because in UK, I mean, we don't care about much qualification. It's about experience, job. I mean, people since their school life, they start working when they reach to 16, and maybe sometimes they lost that track, but they're good in experience and work, but they don't have any formal educations most of the time. So please.
Very good question. Thank you, Dr. Musa. Now, qualification in the Gulf in comparison to the UK or even in comparison to Australia are huge, massive differences. Now, dealing in the Gulf, either being in Dubai or Saudi Arabia or Bahrain, when you go through this CV and you're going through a management position, your qualification is crucial. Qualification is really a priority. So if you have a bachelor, if you have a master, if you have a doctorate, the higher the qualification and the more qualification that you have, it puts you in a higher position. That is a fact, and I have witnessed that. Now, I have to say that having, again, the luxury of studying online while you're working, you don't have to go to universities, and you don't have to, take a lot of your time. You can do this at your pleasure. You can do it after hours, after your work, or you can do it on the weekend. And doing your research and having the networking, again, online, because the thing that we got to live with now, Dr. Musa, is that this COVID-19, yes, it has given us a lot of negative, but I look at it also as a lot of positives. Now, COVID-19 has given us and has enforced us, either individuals or businesses, that we have to do almost everything online. Education online. I have a 4-year-old son. He's studying at GEMS school online. I do most of my business is online. I have a lot of my meetings is online. I don't have to travel anymore. So there is a lot of advantage that came out of COVID-19 and enforced us now that we need to use online. Okay. So therefore, studying online and conducting our networking online and getting our resources online and doing our case studies online, this is an amazing. Our parents didn't have that. We are lucky enough that we have this amazing gift. Then why don't we use it? Why don't we use it? This is really important. And I'll give advice to all our audience. Don't lose this opportunity. Use your time wisely. One of my major mentors said to me that if you want to be an expert on something, spend at least 1 hour a day in that field that you want to be an expert in. And how easy we can do that online. So if I want to be an expert in financials, then I have the luxury by studying and by networking, by expert, and by getting my qualification by a recognized university in UK, in British, and I'm getting the practical experience, qualification at my leisure. What else could I
Wow. I mean, it's a heaven feeling that you get everything at one laptop is your life, and everything is available to you at your convenience. And this is true that COVID-19 has transformed the business styles, and I can see that like Zoom market share. If you see how how it progressed last couple of months, it is amazing. And all IT companies who are into video conferencing, and Google introduced Google Meet. The companies are very sharply working on innovative platforms, and we cannot deny that we have to live with COVID-19 because it's not going anywhere. There was a phase one, now we are in phase two, and every day we heard a news, especially from universities. The other day I was looking to 1,000 students of a university. They get COVID positive. So even the kids are getting positives in the school. So you can't take the risk. Either it's a blended, and the most safest is the full time. And now even we can interact with by using any platform. We can see our friends, we can talk to them. Internet connections are really fast, so it's like a community. We can make a classroom, a virtual classroom. So you are right that the future of the world is going towards the online, and online education is the future, and all your masters and PhD degrees and your graduation degrees are online, which people can do all across the globe.
Absolutely.
So that's a lovely discussion, and I want to thank you for your valuable time. And I'm looking forward to have you in the next future discussions.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Well, thank you again, and I'm more than happy to be a part of any discussion in the future.
That's